And now it's time for our feeling of the week, which, as we mentioned, is burnout. Burnout is a particular bitch, I have to say. One of my least favorite feelings, and one that I have pretty much encountered multiple times throughout my adult life. And each time I swear, never again. And each time it comes back around. But burnout is a particular type of exhaustion where you feel like nothing you do is good enough, and also you just feel like crap all the time. It reminds me a lot of a symptom of depression that we often don't talk about, anhedonia, which is a loss of meaning or interest or pleasure in things, which people with severe depression often have. And burnout, to me, having been lucky enough to experience both flavors of both anhedonia and burnout, they feel very similar. I wouldn't quite call them the exact same thing. I would say there's maybe a little bit more hope with burnout, if that's like maybe a crazy thing to say. But yeah, burnout is a feeling that is present, accounted for. I think all of us are feeling this as geopolitical tensions continue to be what the fuck they are gonna be. They continue to be. I think people are feeling very much like, what is the point? Where is the hope? And why are we all continuing to work within a system that is acting so recklessly? But I digress, and I speak of my own burnout, and I will stop burning everybody out by talking about my own burnout now.
I think that is such a core piece of it too, is that we can't control all variables. There's a global burnout right now, I think, for a lot of us. It's exhausting just living in this
Existing.
24-hour
Yeah.
news cycle. It's an exhausting time where it's easy to get burned out. But
Yep.
that's why it's important to talk about how we prevent us from getting this far down the road.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now it's time for this week's skill of the week. And you've heard us talking about it all episode. It is now time to talk about those leaky pipes. Leaky pipes are patterns, people, environments, vibes, anything that you engage with that maybe gives you short term comfort, but costs you more in the long term. So, some of these, it's things like doom scrolling or drinking that glass of wine that turns into 2 bottles of wine, or spending so much time just venting to your coworkers about all the things going on in your personal life that you don't actually have time to get your work done. Like things like that that just end up, they might feel good in the moment, but they take more from you. They cause more for you to cope with down the road. We are trying to help you illuminate and see, what are you doing? And are those things actually beneficial to you? So I want to take you through a quick exercise here. And Crimson, I hope you follow along with us and maybe tell us a little bit about your experience of doing this exercise after, if you're comfortable. But the first thing is, I want you to think about, what is your number one stress habit that you do as soon as something stressful happens? What do you do? Okay.
Do you want me to say it
And
out loud?
now, yeah, if you want to, yeah, what do you do?
Cry. I
Well,
mean,
crying is a coping skill.
cry, but also like the urgency thing kicks in, like have to fix it.
Yeah. Fix it. Fix it. Gotta fix it. Gotta
Yeah,
resolve it right
right
now.
now.
Can't sit in the discomfort of it, right? Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Totally. 100%. Do you think that strategy, and here's the second part of the exercise, do you think that strategy actually fills your cup up more or drains you?
Oh, it absolutely drains me. And that's where this is contagious. Like it completely turns my whole family upside down. Like the house blows up because like in that moment I have to find my key. And if you are on
Yes.
board on the mission, then you're against me and I am evil.
Yeah. So what do you think would be more cup filling, more energy giving, instead of going on a rampage? My words, not yours.
Mm,
Uh, so
accurate.
feel free to tell me I'm
Accurate.
wrong. Okay. All right. Fair enough. What would fill your cup more than going on a rampage? What would be the alternative response?
Reflecting on 43 years of experience and knowing that it's gonna be okay. Take a deep
Yeah.
breath,
Take a deep
prioritize,
breath.
think about
Respond
it,
to the challenge versus
respond, not
react to it.
react.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, Lori.
Well, dang, that nervous system's a hell of a thing. I've been through mine with, oh man, it's so humbling to be an expert on emotional endurance, because when it ripples through your life, you're like, oh, there it
Mhm.
is. There's the thing I talk to people about. And it is hard to There is almost like taming almost seems like the wrong word, but I do think there's like a taming to it.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to turn it all the way down. We don't want to ignore it. We don't want to say it's not an amazing thing because it is. And also sometimes we just need to say like, okay, but like this response, this reaction, this urgency is actually only causing more ripples of things that I and everybody else is going to have to cope with and creating more emotional mess and clutter. And if I could just take a second to take a deep breath and sit in the discomfort of it, doesn't mean it's going to go easier or that there are not going to be any more hiccups or I'm not going to have to ask for help or that it's going to be done immediately or like whatever. But like, I can not make this a bigger emotional mess than it needs to be. And that is the leaky pipe, identifying things that are costing you way more emotionally than you need to pay.
Yeah. I think I see it everywhere. Like once you use that term to me, I can see it everywhere. I have a lot of leaky pipes in my life. And some are unavoidable and
Yep.
some can be closed. And that's where the work comes in.
And some can be redirected away from. Not everyone can, but some you can say, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that anymore. So keep an eye out for those leaky pipes, everybody. Everybody has them and they shift and they change through time. But just being aware of them and then working with them honestly will give you way more relief than you realize. Because the problem with the leaky pipe is that it's constant. And if you can
Always.
reduce that frequency even a little bit, you've saved yourself a lot of energy that you need for all the other things, right?
Yeah. The unavoidable leaky pipes.
The unavoidable leaky pipes.